Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is time for a new video, and today I am so excited to be bringing you a 24-hour readathon, but not just any 24-hour readathon. It is the first one that I'm doing in my new apartment. So I think it would have been the previous vlog where I talk about moving and, document it and whatever. So if you didn't know, I just moved and I have been really excited and really motivated, and right now I also have 4 days off in a row. And it's the perfect time to read for 24 hours. Another reason I desperately wanted to do this is I haven't in a million years, and generally I haven't had like a binge reading session in so long. And this whole month I barely had any time to read. I have so many exciting reading plans. My mood has been very much all over the place, so we'll see what ends up happening. It's probably going to be very chaotic, but I'm excited to share it with you. So I am gonna mention the things that I'm in the middle of and then the things that I am hoping to start. So I'm reading the audiobook of, great, I forgot the title, and I'm also filming on my phone. So it's not the best because I don't know where my camera is, I don't know where my charges are, so I hope the quality is still gonna be decent. And yeah, but I'm reading Love in Bloom, maybe, by Lucy Eden. And I'm listening to the audiobook and I'm halfway through and I'm very much enjoying this. This is a contemporary small town romance. The heroine, Emma, her life just, falls apart. She gets fired. Her boyfriend breaks up with her. She's dealing with some loss and grief as well. She goes to the small town where her grandparents lived, and there is a little bit of the trope of like, she basically ends up living in the same like building as the love interest. And so, she comes to this town to find herself and find love. And so, yeah, I'm very much enjoying this. It's very cozy, comforting, lighthearted, and the romance is very fun so far. And so I am reading that, and I definitely think I could finish that tonight. I currently have some broccoli boiling in the kitchen, and I'm gonna make some like little, I don't know what to call it because it's something my family cooks, has always cooked a little bit, like broccoli pancakes. It's like little it's like pancake shape, but obviously it's made with broccoli, it's savory, whatever. It's really good, and so I am so excited to make that. So I will be doing that. And yeah, also it is around 6 p.m. right now, and I don't like to be strict about 24-hour readathons. I know some people might not like that, but that's how it works for me, because otherwise I panic, I get very anxious, it's not a good time. So I am just gonna like start reading. Obviously I've already started this anyways, and I'm just gonna read, and I'm gonna read till tomorrow evening, whatever time, because I'm gonna sleep anyways, so like it's not even gonna be actual 24 hours, you know what I mean? So reading that. I'm also in the middle of an ebook, hold on, Kareem Between, and this is a middle grade book, and it's written in verse, and it's about a young Syrian American boy, and exploring his identity, kind of like a coming of age story, that kind of vibe. And I'm loving this. I'm at like 30%. I've been slowly reading it for like a week now, and I have not read a novel in verse or a middle grade book in a long time, and it's something I really love, and something I've been talking about for ages that I really need to do is widen the genres that I read again, because I've always liked a lot of random things. Like, yes, there's things that I don't read, like horror, thriller, or whatever, but I love, urban fantasy, paranormal romance, fantasy, and middle grade things, and just like so many things in between. And I have mainly been reading adult contemporary romance, and while I love that, of course, and there is one that I want to read in here, two actually, because I'm already reading Love in Bloom, I just need to explore more. I need to just get out of my comfort zone, because I'm not fully satisfied with what I'm reading, and I think it comes from the genres, because I am loving what I'm reading most of the time, and so, so yes, I'm very much excited to read this, and I'll tell you more later. Obviously, it's like a very quick read because it's written in verse and it's middle grade, but it's really meaningful already, and I am very excited to read this. And then I have other ebooks that I'm really excited about, but I will talk about that later. So in terms of physical reading, I have three main things that I want to share. So The one other contemporary book is Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. I actually started this like a month ago, maybe, and then just got distracted by millions of things, but only read like 48 pages. Was loving that though, and I love Sarah Adams, and this is actually the first book that I have of hers that I own physically, and I cannot wait to dive into this. And I think this is a book I'm absolutely gonna devour. And this I'm gonna tell you the plot later actually, because I am starving. I need to make dinner, and I will obviously tell you more when I read more. And also, I will not, of course, be starting this before finishing Love and Bloom, because like I am a hardcore like reading many things at the same time person, but not when it's the same genre. I still do that sometimes, but not in the same evening, you know? So yes, but I would love to start this. And a book that I've been wanting to read for 1,000 years is The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. This just called my name today, and I actually own this whole series and India Holton's newest, I don't know if it's more fantasy. It feels like it's more fantasy than these. They're like a mixture of like historical fantasy or something like that. And like a little bit of like there's like his paranormal historical romance. I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. I have been following India Holton on social media for a long time, and her posts have just the most wonderful, cozy, beautiful, magical vibes. And I just know that the books that she's written are going to be incredible, and I just need to read it. And again, what better way to start reading other genres than like one book that mixes multiple that I like, you know? And so and this is like a big floppy paperback, and I cannot wait to read this. And the last one is Spy Family Volume 2. This is something that I started ages ago as well, and it doesn't have page numbers, but I only read like this little bit here, and I really loved the first volume, and then I don't know, it was just not a good timing. It was just not good timing, and I have not picked it up since. But look at this. I have first volume. I have 3 more after that, and I think my little issue that it might sound stupid is that I don't always like reading black and white comics or manga, or you know, because I don't know, it's sometimes for my eyes just kind of harder to like process. I don't know if it's just me, I don't know if it's weird. But yeah, so that makes it a little bit harder like physically. But I really love the first volume, and it's fun and wholesome. Definitely also a very different vibe. And if you didn't know, it is about a spy who, for a mission, has to like have a family, get married, have a child, and it's super fun. And I did not know that it's like a movie. There's a movie adaptation or a show, and I don't know if it's good. But I definitely want to watch that as well, and so I want to read this. We'll see if I read this volume, if I want to read more of them, whatever. So that is that. I'm gonna go finish cooking my dinner, and I will talk to you very soon with more reading updates. Hello everyone. So it is a while later in the evening. It's almost midnight actually. And is this just my like first update after the intro? Damn, okay, well, that's not exactly what I planned, but it's fine. So, yeah, I have been reading and I finished Love and Bloom. I am in bed watching a movie, and I do think I'm gonna go read some more, but I have been feeling quite lightheaded. And you know, like a little out of breath, and it's not the best time. But yeah, so I didn't really want to talk that much because it makes it a little bit hard, and then I just kind of like sound exhausted, and it's exhausting. So I'm gonna make this quick. Let's hope tomorrow is gonna be better. Obviously, I started reading in the evening, so like I don't have to do a million things today, and I'm gonna have a lot more time tomorrow for the full day and whatever. But yes, so I finished Lemon Bloom, and it was really fun. It was lighthearted and sweet and meaningful and steamy and just really easy to read. It wasn't, good company while doing chores and all that shit. The conflict had some things that I don't really like when that happens. So that was not my favorite, but besides that, I really enjoyed this book. And yeah, so that is that. I finished that one. And I've read more of Kareem Between. But as for the physical reading, I think I want to switch to physical reading now, before going to sleep. And change of plans. So I knew that I had a pile somewhere, like a little pile of books that I want to read ASAP. and I remembered that I went to look at it, and this was on there. So that is Only and Forever by Chloe Leese, and I am going to be reading this. Partially, I was like, shit, but like I don't want it to be over, whatever. But I have been procrastinating on finishing this series for 1,000 years. I love it so much. I know this book is gonna wreck me in the best way, and you know what? I'm ready, and I think I'm gonna devour the fuck out of this, and it's gonna be the best time. So I started this one a little bit, only got to page 22, but it's a kind of book where I kind of already know what I'm signing myself up for, because Chloe Leese is one of my favorite authors, and I have loved this series, and I feel like she has done such a great job at developing all the characters. Because basically this is like about a family, and they all appear throughout all the books, and this is the last book, obviously. And so the main character in this, Vigo, or is that how you pronounce the hero in this, has been basically in all the other books, and he definitely left a mark, like the kind of character that, like, I was just like desperate to get to his book, and so very much, hyped up, and I think it's absolutely gonna live up to my expectations, and I'm just ready to have an amazing time. So I'm gonna go read this, and I will talk to you tomorrow morning. I'm not setting an alarm. We'll see when I wake up. But either way, we're gonna keep reading. And yeah, so besides me feeling incredibly tired, I feel like I look pretty rough as well. I don't know what I was saying anymore. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, and hopefully with more energy and more exciting news.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not. You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now.
Good morning, everyone. So it is the next day. It is like 10:30, so that is actually really early for me to be updating, because in most of my 24-hour readathons, I barely ever update before even noon, And there was the time change like 2 days ago, and so technically my body is still an hour earlier as well, but I did wake up at 9, and I finished a book, and very excited about it. So I finished Karim Between by Shifa Saldaji Safadi, and I loved it. I literally like inhaled it this morning. Like I said, I was reading it for like the past week because I never even had time. I absolutely loved it. I literally woke up and just like opened it and didn't stop, and didn't even get out of bed until I finished it. It was beautiful, and I just love novels in verse, and I feel like they're very underrated, like I think people should read it more, And this book was so well written and just like so impactful, and it takes a lot of skill to write something, like a full story, fully fleshed out characters with like so many less words. And absolutely worked in this book. And it works in a lot of the books that I've read, And so let me know if you would like a novels in verse recommendation video, because I think At this point, I've read quite a lot of them, and I would love to talk about it because I actually love poetry, and this is obviously a very specific kind, and yeah, so I absolutely loved this. It was meaningful, it was realistic, you know, and it's about friendships and family and making mistakes and learning from them, and all of those things and everything that I already said. And I just loved it. It was just such a great balance of sweet and powerful, and I just loved it. So I don't know what more to say, but please read this book, check it out, and I would love to read more books by this author. And honestly, again, reminded me, I love middle grade so much, and I know that, like, I guess it's not for everyone, obviously, but I think more people should give it a try. Because obviously, again, like, my main genre normally is adult contemporary romance, very different vibe, and, you know, but I feel like more adults should read middle grade because there's so many lessons to learn from them, and I feel like the way that so many of them, like, talk about the world isn't, like, childish at all. It is actually just so meaningful, and I think that's where it starts, you know, with the children. And also, obviously, the point of middle grade media, books or movies, is to appeal to both children and adults. And I think this book certainly does. And most of them do. Like, I feel like fantasy and those kinds of middle grade do feel like they're more for children. But the contemporary ones actually feel like they resonate with me as an adult. And I think they would resonate with a lot of other adults as well. So yes, definitely read this book. It is just absolutely wonderful. And yeah, so that is this. And now it is a beautiful sunny spring day outside, and so I want to head out, and I need to go back to my, like, previous apartment to take a few more things. So I want to do that now before lunch, and so I need an audiobook for that, and now I realized I was going to decide what that will be before talking to you, but I have not done that. So I actually have 2 audiobooks downloaded on Everand, which is Skin by Ibiza Boy, which actually I am pretty sure is another novel in verse, but this one is YA fantasy. And so that would be really cool, and yes, but I'm not sure if I, like, want to, you know, read it, like, back to back, I don't know. And the other one is, like, I think it's called The Duke's Sister and I, or something like that, which is a sapphic historical romance. Which honestly I would really like to read as well, because I've been desperately wanting to read historical romance, and I haven't read a sapphic romance in way too long as well, so strong contenders, and I can dig out, like, probably something else from, like, Readathon or something that I have downloaded, but whatever. I will decide, and I'll let you know later. I want to take this beautiful book, and I want to go to a park and, like, get a bubble tea, because I haven't had that in so long, and just read amongst flowers. I hope there are some. I think there are some, a little bit at least already, but either way, like, just read, in the sun. That sounds like the perfect day to me. And so I think I will do that. Yeah. But also, can you see how beautiful these shelves are? Like, I'm speechless. I don't think I'm gonna keep this plant here. I want to fill this up with books, but it's not right now because, again, they're all over the place. But I'm obsessed with these shelves. And also, this is the armchair that I had like before, because that, like, I bought this one at a charity shop, but my mom got me, like, a cover for it. So it was this, like, super gross green. Honestly, I did not like how it looked in my videos, and now it looks so much, like, more smooth and good, you know. And this is just, like, the, what's it called, window curtain, is that what it's called? Whatever. So yeah, that is my update, and I will see where the day takes me. And I think I'm gonna go to the bookstore as well. Might buy something, you know, but yeah, so I will stop talking now, and I will talk to you very soon.
I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Something's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. And we can do nothing.
Hello. So I don't know if this angle is good. If there, there's obviously mess behind me, but there's also books behind me, so I thought it'd be really cute. And yes, obviously this is a work in progress. I have been reading Only and Forever, got to page 102. I feel like when I'm in public, I actually read slower, even though like technically, you're there to like focus better than you would at home, but I just did not happen to me. And also, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video, but my Wi-Fi has not been working. And so technically at home, I have fewer distractions, I feel like. But I don't want to rush this book anyways, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I knew that this would hit me hard, and it is. So I have loved this series so much. The book that spoke to me the most is, wow, I don't know if I remember the title, because all the titles in this series are very similar. So that is embarrassing. But I'm gonna put it up on the screen. That is my favorite of the series because that just spoke to me on such a deep level. Like, all-time favorite, incredible. And while I've loved all the other books, 5 stars, like all of that, I just like that just was like, up there. And I think this is gonna reach that same level. Cause, oh my god, like, I see myself so much in Viggo. I also really hope I say his name right. But there were so many quotes. I have been annotating this a little bit, which for me these days just means, like, outlining some things. But there was a quote that I need to find. This is where tabs would be helpful, but I found myself not liking annotating because the tabs just felt like a lot of work. And I know that might sound stupid, but it just like disrupted the reading experience too much. And so there were 2 pages with some quotes that hit me so hard, and I'm just gonna read it, because why the hell not? So the first quote is, "At least you only have to wait a few hours until you have your person," I want to tell him. "I've been waiting and waiting and waiting with no end in sight." That's the first one. Second one is, "I hold tight to what I'm holding out for, an epic romance, a grand once-in-a-lifetime connection with someone who turns my world upside down." And the third one is the one that I was just like, oh my god, which is, "I don't think any of them understand what it is to want romantic love the way I want it. To walk around with this aching, gnawing want that feels like a sickness spreading through me the longer it goes untreated." I, like, honestly, speechless. Like, yeah, that is literally how I felt my whole life and still do. And, like, Viggo's experience in this is that, like, he is the most romantic person out of the family. He loves love. He reads romance books. Where is a man like that in real life? And, like, all of his siblings are coupled up now because this is the last book of the series. And I feel like everyone around me is coupled up, and that's been the case for a very long time, and so that is hitting really hard. But at the same time, I connect to some parts of Tallulah, the heroine, because like she has been hurt before. She is, rougher around the edges. She does not believe in love, and I feel like I'm connecting to both of those. To both of them in different ways, and it's just like, I know this is gonna wreck me and it's gonna be the best time of my life. So I'm obsessed with it. And also, how did no one tell me that this has the roommates trope? Like, they are gonna be living together and working together, because I don't know if I'm not gonna describe the full circumstances of that. I don't think it would be a spoiler, but you can find out as you read. And so, like, forced proximity, my favorite thing in the world. And I'm obsessed. I feel like, there are like opposites attract, but I can see all the ways that they can work well together, and I can't wait to see them fall in love. So that is that. And the audiobook of choice for now is, I of course forgot the title. I don't know. But it's by Christina C. Jones, and I have the audiobook on Readathon, and I love Christina C. Jones, and I haven't read one of her books in too long, and this is sports romance, and I know what I said about the genres, but it is a sunny spring day, okay? And that just gives me contemporary vibes. Like, for once, I actually want to stay in the real world, and so that's what's happening. And maybe later in the evening, I will pick up something else. But that's what's happening. I have listened to, like, 10%, so I can't tell you much about it, but, like, slight dislike to love vibes. You know, obviously sports romance energy. And Christina C. Jones just writes such fun, addicting romances. And so I will be reading this. I will shut up now and I'll speak to you very soon. But I'm gonna keep reading this. I'm gonna keep listening to the audiobook. And yeah. Hello everyone. So it is not the same day. It is not the readathon anymore, and I forgot to wrap things up. I forgot to end it here. And you know, there was that little voice in my head that was like, I should just like maybe scrap it and not upload it or whatever. But I, first of all, need to upload shorter vlogs sometimes. Like, even though I actually love watching long vlogs, I mean, it's nice to have variety no matter what, you know? And so I decided, you know, I've finished all the books that I talked about in here. Didn't finish them all like on that day, but it doesn't matter because we're just here to talk about books and this is not like that big of a deal. So I can talk to you now about, you know, what I thought about them, and I just read some amazing stuff. And so I didn't want to scrap it. Also, this was obviously a special moment and a first 24-hour readathon. So yeah, anyways, no more about that. Let's talk about the books. First of all, I of course finished Only and Forever by Chloe Leese, and like, I don't even know what to say. I think she's incredible. I think that her books are just so special, so meaningful. They just feel like, you know, when you read books where you feel like the author or the characters, or like probably both, are just like on the same wavelength as you know, where I just feel so connected and so seen reading it. And it feels like just like the most comfortable, safe place in the best way. And that is how I feel reading Chloe Leese's books, and this was no different. And I don't know, I just loved it so much. It felt like it was so right. It felt like the development, it was quite slow burn, but not like super hardcore. And it just like was like, what's it called? It just developed, you know, throughout the story, like in a very like balanced way, and I loved every second of it. And I felt like the two of them were just absolutely perfect for each other. And it was the perfect balance of like emotional, meaningful, steamy, sweet, and I just loved it. So I was literally thinking today, because this it's been like a week since this, or and I was thinking today that I really want to pick up, what's it called? I don't think I have it near me. The second book in the second series by Chloe Leese, because I've only read the first one, and I just like want this feeling. I want this like safe reading experience that just gives me all the best feelings. So if you would like to read a book that is a little bit emotional, deals with some like mental health and some deeper things, but at the same time, it's just a super fun romance where they work together, they're roommates, and all of that. There's also a lot of kittens and dogs, and it's just super sweet, super cute. I adored every second. So, that being said, I also read Love and Bloom by Lucy Eden. And this was super fun. It was such a sweet, quick to read, small town romance. And I just literally inhaled it. Again, like I already said, I obviously really needed an audiobook, and I'm so happy to say that everything that I've been reading recently, it's been really helping me get over my like audiobook reading slump. And I think I'm finally over it. And thank God for that, because like that is something that just helps me so much to read more, you know, especially when I'm busy and tired very often. I need the help, and Love and Bloom was perfect for that. And there was also recently a cover reveal for Lucy Eden's upcoming book that is absolutely gorgeous. And I just looked it up on Goodreads, and not only is it beautiful, but the like first sentence makes it sound super fun. And so it's called The Love Audit, and the first sentence is, childhood best friends turned workplace rivals must pretend to be engaged in order to save their jobs in this sexy rom-com. So am I hearing that this is an office romance and childhood best friends to lovers with a fake engagement? Those all are literally tropes that I adore, like top 5 favorite tropes, and so cannot wait for that. And I've been talking about how I desperately need to read more office romances. So yeah, so moving on to the last book that I read, that I finished, that I talked to you about, is The Duke's Sister and I by Emma Claire Sunday. And oh my god, I adored this. Like, this was incredible. And I have talked about this before, that I feel like I have this, like, setting in my brain that if I'm reading by a new to me author and, you know, like, publisher that I'm not really, like, familiar with or whatever it might be, like, I just, like, set my expectations really low. And I think I need to work on this because, like, it makes no sense. Because obviously, I can't love every book that I read. And of course, if it's a new to me author, there is, of course, a chance that I don't like their writing because, like, I can't like every author there is. But there's also a chance I'm gonna find a new author that I love and I'm gonna want to read more of their books. And so I just need to, like, I need to get over it, you know? And obviously I read books from new to me authors, but it's very rare for me to read it if I haven't heard anyone talk about it. So I haven't heard anyone talk about this book, and that needs to change, like, right this second. Because this was incredible. And I need to actually check if the author has any other books, and not really, heartbreakingly, but hopefully that's gonna happen at some point soon. You know, if people read this book, so please read this book. So it is a sapphic adult historical romance. And the heroine is supposed to marry, like, you know, a proper gentleman and whatever. And she's going to fall in love with his sister instead. And I loved every second of this. Like, the main feeling that I had reading this was that, like, it's incredibly romantic. It is so sweet, so swoon worthy. The chemistry between the two main characters just, like, develops so naturally, and there's such a strong connection. But obviously, like, it's, like, forbidden because she's supposed to marry a guy and it's her brother, and, like, so many layers to that, obviously. But it is just incredible. I literally inhaled it. It's not that long. It says on Goodreads that it's 272 pages, and the audiobook is maybe like 8 hours or something like that. And it's absolutely perfect. I'm so happy. I adored this. Highly, highly recommend it. If you'd like to read a sapphic romance that is super sweet and romantic and super fun and addicting and just absolutely wonderful, you need to read this. And I don't like I think it is like a little bit steamy as well, not a lot. But there's not nothing. And yeah. But what am I talking about? But yeah, you absolutely need to check it out. And I'm gonna be desperate. I'm gonna need the author to write another book as soon as possible. And so that is that. And I feel like I wanted to say something else, but I guess that is the, like, main summary. And yeah, I'm very happy. So I will stop talking now. We're gonna wrap it up here. I still don't have working Wi-Fi, since I do have quite a big pile of videos before this. Hopefully by the point that you're watching this, I might, but they're taking 10 years to fix it. So if my schedule is a little bit, then, you know, like, that's why. But I really want to work on this, and I want to manage to upload every week, maybe even 2 times a week sometimes. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited about this chapter. I've been here for, like, a while now, but I'm really enjoying it here. I still haven't unpacked everything. I still have some shit to organize. But yeah, I feel really good here, and I'm really happy, and so I hope that you have been enjoying and will be enjoying the vlogs that I make here. And yeah, if you made it this far in the video, leave a flower emoji down below, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!